Hi, my name is Eric Bauhofer. We're here at the 4 Wheel Parts in Redondo Beach. I'm a store manager here. Today we're doing an install on some gears and lockers on the 4WD Jeep giveaway. Okay, at this point we've gone ahead and removed the caliper and hung that so it's not hanging just off the brake line. Then removed the 4 bolts to hold the axles in and just slid the axles out gently. They're just hanging there on the edge. At that point we then went ahead and removed the carrier out, used a wrench and a pry bar and slowly moved that out. One thing you want to take in consideration is you want to mark each bearing cap to what side it is, so you know, because it needs to go back in the same location it came out of. The next step at this point is we're going to go ahead and remove the pinion, remove the bearing and the seal out of this, so we replace that with new ones. At that point then we'll go ahead and start installing the ring gear on the new Detroit locker. When we do the install on this, we do use a master install kit. We recommend using those on any gear install. Even if the truck has low miles, it can be very difficult sometimes to pull the bearings off the side of the carrier. This kit's going to come with new bearings for the carrier, new bearings for the pinion, the shims to set up the unit, new nut, crush sleeve, ring gear bolt, and the pinion seal. Okay, at this point we've gone ahead and we've installed the pinion gear on it, done the crush sleeve on it, set it up with the inch-pound torque wrench, made sure that that's all set up ready to go. We bolted the ring gear obviously to the Detroit locker, went ahead and installed it back into the unit, make sure that the coast and drive side are both in good shape, which in this case they're excellent. Once that's set up, the only thing we need to do is reassemble the axle shafts, put the caliper back on, seal it back up with a new diff cover, and we're good. As you can see, we removed the carrier already. We've marked the bearing caps so we can make sure they're on the same side. It's critical on that. Once the carrier is removed, we've gone through and cleaned it out with brake cleaner, any kind of loose contaminants that are in the housing out. One thing to note on this front axle, the seals are on just either side here, so when you reinstall the front axle shafts, you want to make sure you don't damage these seals. If you've got a vehicle with a lot of miles on them, this would be the great time to replace those. One of the tricks we do is we take a little bit of gear oil in a small bottle, add this to the bearings so that when we put the bearings on and assemble it, it's not all dry. It's already pre-lubed and ready to go. The other trick too is a little bit of grease just around the inside of the pinion seal. So when we hammer the seal in, the spring inside that retains it doesn't pop out. Also that lubricates the pinion yoke so we don't damage the seal later on. As you can see, we've got the ring and pinion already installed on this. We've gone ahead and put the pinion gear in, did the crush sleeve on it, installed the carrier with the ring gear, ran our pattern for the backlash. You can see that we got a clear pattern right in the center, both on the coast and drive side on this. At this point, the next thing we need to do is go ahead and put the diff cover on it, seal it up, add fluid, and we're all done. As you can see, we're ready for the final install. We've coated the diff cover with a bead of silicone, letting it set up for a few minutes, and we'll go ahead and install it. Let it sit for a little while, and then add the fluid to it. This way we ensure a good quality seal with no leaks. At this point, my mechanic Adolf is going to bolt this on. We'll go ahead and fill it with fluid, and that will complete our install on this Jeep JK.